Hello to whoever's watching. I've got a Kia ProCeed GT in due to an MOT failure on the rear fog light. So what happens is when I activate the switch and just look over there, so when the front fog light comes on, that's showing on the dashboard, and also the fog light is light up on the front. When I go to switch to the rear, nothing happens. So there's no reaction to the switch at all. I've already checked the rear fog light unit, which is an LED unit itself, so that works fine. But if it was the unit at fault and I did that, it would come up on the dash, but it just wouldn't light up on the rear. So it's going to be further up. I've already bought a brand new genuine switch. All I have to do now is just strip everything apart and swap it over. So I'll show you the process of doing that. Right, so obviously because I'm working on the steering wheel, well, I'll be removing it, and it's got an airbag fitted to it. I have to disconnect the battery and give it some time to discharge. Right, I've got my torch. I'm going to try and do my best to show you, because these videos are always difficult to make when I see people trying to. But so yeah, there's a mirror there, and it's, well, you've got 9 and 3 o'clock on the wheel, and there's 2 holes there. One is for cable management, the other one, if you can see, if you look at the lower part, oh come on, focus, there's like a little tab, so all you have to do is get a flat blade in there and just press on it, and it pops this side of the airbag out. Then you turn it 180 degrees and do the same on the other side. Right, so my ugly old screwdriver is in place, and so I'm just pressing on that tab, and look, and that pops off. So now I've got, obviously because the car is off and disconnected, muscle it the other way, and it's the same thing here. Right, where is it? I've got to find it. There we go. Right, so I've got the other side in position, and again I just got to do that, and basically, oh, we've got something else holding there. Right, let me figure that out. Right, so a third one, same exact thing as the other two. So get the screwdriver in there and pop it. There we go, it's off. So now I just got to disconnect this and get the wheel off. That just pops off. Right, and this one here, there's like a, just like a clip that helps this plug to stay securely connected. Obviously I normally use 2 hands to do things like that, but trying to film at the same time it's a little bit awkward. But carefully got to price this up. But yeah, always use a tiny screwdriver. There you go, and then just pull it out. I think, oh yeah, we've got a little clip there. We get the idea, so just got to get that out, and then the airbag's off. So the next stage is to, yeah, so we've got the wiring for all the buttons and stuff go into here, so I need to unhook that. I've got to push it in, press it, and then pull it out. Yeah, so the next one, undo that. Keep it on a couple of threads, because then you have to yank the wheel towards you. If you undo that completely and yank it, yeah, worst case, this can get caught and it can rip it out, destroying your spiral cable, which can be expensive to replace, and you might end up smashing this into your nose or something. So yeah, I'll crack it off and then I'll show you the procedure of taking the wheel off. Cracked it off and loosened it, so but this wheel specifically comes out very easily, so don't even need to yank it. So yeah, probably good practice to just try it first. If it's on there tight, then give it a little tug with the nut still on the splines. There, and then just, yeah, pull it out. So now we got to this stage, you can clearly see 2 Phillips screws in there, so got to take them off. There might normally, sometimes it can be screws underneath as well to get this down, so it'll be definitely these 2, maybe 1 or 2 underneath, and then the top pops off and the bottom pops off, and then I'll be able to get to all the fixings that hold this in place. Yeah, I don't tend to use hand tools if I can. I like to get things done a little bit quicker. I mean, this virtually has no torque on it anyway, so it's perfectly safe to do self-tappers like that into plastic. It will stop from turning before it actually causes any damage. So, right, so 2 thumbs on here, both hands. Pull that down and the top literally just pops right off. The spiral cable isn't screwed down. There's a little catch on the top and 2 on the bottom, and it comes off just like that. I think I can just leave it here plugged in. So now I've got access to the screws holding this in place. So that's the component. The wiper stalk slots into here, that goes into the steering column, pretty straightforward. Your multi-plug connection there. Little cheeky shot of one of my jobs waiting for parts. That's my personal little pride and joy thing, which I'm building a turbo engine for. The engine is basically put together, just waiting for my turbocharger to be ceramic coated. And once I get that back, I think I'll make a video. But yeah, it's one of those dream projects I always wanted to do, and now that I've got my own workshop, I can. So if you're interested, please let me know. That's just going to give me motivation to film this. There's a lot has been done. I go into all the details what I've done so far, and more. Right, and now back to that Kia. The screwdriver had to come out this time. This is a little bit too deep, but yeah, let's get this off. A couple of, I think they're bolts. Yeah, a couple of those. Right, what we got? Still holding on with something. Maybe I've got to get that off. Right, let me figure this out off camera, and then I'll carry on filming once I've figured out how this gets off. Right, yeah, I'm just not used to working with one hand, so all I had to do is just give it a bit of persuasion with 2 hands and unhook the 2 plugs, so that one and that one and that one. Careful not to lose the bolt, so I'm gonna do that. Yeah, okay, that's fine. There's a little tab here. I just got to press in, and it comes out that. So I think now that is fully dismantled, yeah. Okay. The old one goes in there, don't want to get them mixed up. New one. Right, so basically all I've got to do now is the reverse order. So put that on, screw them on, clip everything back in. There's one little thing I think I forgot to mention, which I will do now, and then I'll just assemble it all. If there's anything that I need you to be aware of, I'll show you, but it's pretty much the reverse procedure. So I'm going to assemble it all, and when I'm ready to finally do that on the car, I'll switch the camera on and see whether I've succeeded or I've failed. So the thing I think I forgot to mention, maybe I haven't, but when the wheel comes off, this spiral cable, you have to make sure you don't spin it all the way around one or the other way, because if you do, there's a limited amount of turns that this spiral cable can turn. So a good practice is to either cable tie this round before, like maybe when you take the wheel off, and yeah, just to secure it into place. Sometimes you can get a cable tie through and secure it, or just take care. Right, moment of truth. Let's have a look. Fingers crossed. Right, so side lights, dip beam on. Now we've got front fog light. That's working. And rear, so you know where to look. There we go. That's it. I can actually see in the reflection it's lighting up. Awesome. Job done.